Hi guys, so today we are going to talk about SML authentication, how it works with real life example, what are its benefits and how does SML response and SML request looks like. So in this video we have one organization, the name of the organization is Gada Electronics, and we have one user who has just, the employee who has just started working at this organization and his name is Baga. So let's try and understand what happens with SML and without SML with this example before going into the technical jargon. So let's start. Okay, so here you can see the SML authentication process. Now, I have already told you that the name of the organization is Gada Electronics and the employee name is Baga. So Baga has started a new job at Gada Electronics. He has accessed the dashboard. The name of the dashboard is Gada Electronics dashboard. Now, as soon as he has logged into the dashboard, he is able to view certain icons. So these are the services used by Gada Electronics, which includes Workday, AWS, Salesforce, Jira, etc. Now, since the user, which is Baga, he is new at this company, he wants to upload some documents on Workday. He clicks on the icon of Workday and SML process is initiated. SML authentication begins, and without providing any username, any password, any credential, Baga is able to log into Workday. So now let's understand with the use of this small video I have how it looks like when we not have SML. Okay, so he is Baga. He clicked on Workday and he is asked to log into, I mean, the he's asked to provide the credentials. Okay, now without SML, and let's see here what happens. He clicks on Salesforce and without any password and credentials, he has already logged in. Okay, now we will take a look at this process. So Workday login process. Yeah. So initial sign in, employee signs into the Gada electronic dashboard. This is the step 1. Step 2 is, now he has clicked on Workday icon. So Workday has recognized that this user wants to log in using SAML, or you can also call it as SAML. Now Workday will send SAML request to Enter ID because Enter ID is the IDP here. Okay, the third step is that Enter ID will verify the user session if it is still valid or not, and Enter ID will send one SAML response to Workday. Now Workday will verify and check the SAML response, and if everything is good, the user will log in directly to Workday without providing any credential. Okay, so this was the overview of how it works. So now let's look at what is SAML technically. So SAML stands for Security Assertion Markup Language. It is an XML based open standard for transferring identity data between two parties. So here two parties are identity provider and service provider. So identity provider, that is IDP, performs authentication and passes the user's identity and authorization level to the service provider, and the service provider will trust the identity provider and authorizes the given user to access the requested resource. So in our case, IDP will be, let's say, Enter ID, and service provider will be the Workday. Okay, now let's understand what are the benefits. Okay, so improved user experience because the authentication is faster, increased security because we do not have to maintain multiple passwords and credentials for multiple services, and there's a centralized identity provider. Loose coupling of directories because we do not have to manage and synchronize multiple services with multiple credentials. Then centralized access management, quick access revocation and easy auditing. If I want to revoke any user's access, I do not have to do it for each service one by one. Okay, fewer password resets since there's a single credential. It reduces the IT support which which is required, and also easy addition of users and services for growth. So it also benefits the scalability. So these are few of the benefits of SML authentication. And now let's take a look at how it works. So for SML authentication, there are two stages. First is the trust establishment, second is the authentication flow. So in the trust establishment stage, service provider and identity provider will exchange the SAML metadata to establish the mutual trust. Here, SAML metadata includes the entity IDs, the host endpoints, and the digital certificate which is required. Once this is done, user will authenticate with the IDP, and he will gain the access to the service provider after trust is established. So this is the overview of how SAML authentication works. Now we will take a look at how does this request and response looks like. So I have used this website for preparing for this video. So here you can see this is how it looks like. This is the SAML request which is sent by the workday to enter ID. Here you can see the ID, issue instant, assertion, consumer service URL. Here zendesk.com is the service provider, which in our case will be workday.com. Okay, and this is how the SML response looks like. Okay, it has assertion, name, ID, here the username, recipient, and yeah. Okay, so there are various parameters to this request and response. So let's understand few of the important parameters, which includes ID, issue instant, and assertion, consumer service URL. So these three are included in the SML request, and assertion, issuer, and in response to and recipient, these are included in the SML response. So this was all about SML, how it works with the real life example, and I hope you enjoyed the analogy I have given for Gadai Electronics and Baga as our employee. So this was all about SML authentication, and if you like this video and understood how it works, please like, share and subscribe, and I will be coming up with another authentication protocol very soon in my next video. Thank you for watching.